And what we discovered, Harry, is that although we're an extreme version of what we're trying to solve for, being outside of the country, if you're living 30 minutes drive away from your parent, that's still the same type of psychological distance where you need someone to be there on.
Welcome to Unstoppable Podcast with Harry Sardinas, inspiring conversations with influential millionaires, investors, thought leaders, entrepreneurs who are making a massive difference with their innovative products and services, and sharing the challenges and wisdom of how they sold their first million.
How would you like to achieve your first million in sales? And today we have role models we have women in the podcast. So we are very happy because we need more women in our podcast series. Jennifer has been so brave, and we are very proud that she's joining us today. So please, Jennifer, can you introduce yourself?
Harry, first of all, thank you so much for inviting me to be on your show. It's an absolute thrill to be able to come here, talk to your listeners, and share the stories of what we're doing at my company, Viva Valet. So I am the co-founder and CEO of a company called Viva Valet. We provide in-home non-medical services for older adults. That means typically 75 and above, to be able to stay at home and live independently. This is so exciting because people we know in this age group want to stay home. They don't want to move to assisted living or move somewhere else. They want to stay in the place where they've lived for 20, 30 or more years. So we're here to help them with that. We do it through a tech platform, which is so easy for them to use. And the most important thing is that all of our services are trustworthy, vetted, and we know always everything is trained, examined, trialed, and we monitor all of our service providers when they go into our customers' homes. So it's really exciting because it's a growing market. Every year there's 6,000 people who are turning 65 in the United States alone. So every day that market is growing. Every day that market that's growing is becoming more tech savvy because people have already been working with tech and they're able to utilize an online platform to do this ordering. And every day we have people that are in this space who want to stay at home and are retiring. So we're really excited to share our story about how we started Viva Valet.
Wow, we congratulate you because of that. I think that the idea is fantastic. Now, to know a little bit more about your story about entrepreneur, what happened? How do you decide to start a tech business with connecting with services to the elderly, which is really far away one thing from the other one?
Yeah.
What led you to it?
Yeah, so I think that every entrepreneur's journey comes with solving their own problem.
Mm-hmm.
So
Oh,
it's
wow.
very much understanding what is the problem that you are trying to solve in your own life and knowing that you're an example of other people that have the same problem. So for me, it is living a great distance away from my aging relatives. My founder, thinking about this 3 years ago, came to me to pitch the idea and saying, let's do this together. How could I
Wow.
say no? So we both had the same issue, which was aging relatives living thousands of miles or kilometers away from us, knowing that we needed to be able to, in a moment's notice, order something that could support them to live independently, which wasn't a medical kind of solution. And so we knew that we needed to have the ability to do that. We needed to do it through a tech platform. We needed to do it in a way that would guarantee trust and safety. And we needed to do it in a way that would give feedback mechanisms to the family and to us so that we always knew where those people are that are going into the homes, but also how is our customer doing along the way. So I think there have been moments of times when different companies have tried to do this and the technology wasn't right there at the moment. So if you think about like an Expedia.com or Booking.com, the way that they consolidate services to plan a holiday or vacation, that's sort of the way we envisioned it for ourselves to build this. So that was really the spark that created the issue. We spent a lot of time doing research and getting ready and making sure that we could collect a community of elders that could advise us along the way. You'd asked before about our geography. Where are we launching? Where did we launch and where are we currently and what's our plan? And I think, again, because we're living outside of the US, clearly it's a plan that we have that we want this to be national in the US. We want this to be ex-US as well. But why did we launch in Chicago? We found that when we dug deeply into the census data from 2020, we found that Chicago and its outlying communities had the largest concentration of people in this age group that we're segmenting, 75 and above, who were living in the home that they've lived in for the last 20 to 30 years, and they were living alone. So often they were widows or widowers, and their children were living at least 10 miles away from them. So that was mimicking the problem that we had, which is, well, our parents are living alone, we're living far away. And what we discovered, Harry, is that although we're an extreme version of what we're trying to solve for, being outside of the country, if you're living 30 minutes drive away from your parent, that's still the same type of psychological distance where you need someone to be there in the snap of a finger. Some of our customers even have moved into the Chicago area. I have a customer who was living in Oregon and for a long time was living in Costa Rica.
Because they have the support, right?
Well, they were living in Costa Rica, living their great retired life, enjoying, and they realized they had to be closer to their family because they wanted to be closer to their grandchildren and they wanted to be closer to their children themselves. And so they moved into those areas so they could be closer, but they still don't want to disturb their children because their children are at work. So, you know, the story of one of our customers, this person who moved from Costa Rica back up to Chicago to be near his kids, and his daughter is a big go-getter in a tech company. She can't be the person who drives him to his eye surgery or to dialysis, to other medical appointments. Although he'd like that to be the case, she's also busy. So he relies on us to do that for him. So, you know, one of the early things that we hoped for when we founded the company was someday we're going to hear from a customer, I don't know what I would do without Viva Valet. I don't know how I could have accomplished this task or done this thing. We've heard it so many times already. Things like, I don't know how I could have got to my eye surgery. I don't know how I could have done my move. I don't know how I could have modified my home to keep my home safe for my aging wife who really needs extra support without you guys to do this for us because you came in, you did high quality service and we trusted you. So it's just been a beautiful story so far for our customers.
So happy.
Excuse me.
I'm so happy. I think that when it comes to tech, and this is I'm glad that you brought that up, right? We have the challenges in technology in the tech. It's very common that we find founders, and they are all 100% focus in the tech, focus in the technology. They want to make the better product. They want to write the best code, but they're not listening to the customer. They are no listen the customer needs, and they don't realize that it doesn't matter that you have the best rocket science technology. That technology have to serve the needs of your customers, and it has to be designed not how you want it. It's how your customers want it, what they want, what they need, what they are using. And I think that there is a huge gap always in tech startup when we look at them, that the technology is on the left, and then they think that they can sell it to the customers on the right, but the customers on the right, they don't need this as it is. They need something adapted to their needs. So I think that Jennifer,
I love you, Harry. Like,
good.
I love you.
Like you too. You're very colorful.
But that is so much the story, is that I get it, and I've seen this, especially in the older spaces. I have a great idea, I'll build this, I'll do it. Oh, why aren't they using it? Oh, it's because they were never tested or they were never asked. That's why the journey for us was really hand in hand from the very beginning to co-design with olders to, first of all, understand what is it that they need and to really dig deeply into their problems. So, you know, to be an entrepreneur is to write a daily love letter to your customers to say, I see you, I'm listening to you, I want to understand your world, and I'm here watching to see what you need. And I'm exploring with great passion and commitment your current challenges and how I'm going to help you solve those challenges, instead of saying, I have this cool thing, let me sell it to you. So that's very much our journey. And so, you know, it's not always an easy journey. That journey is not an easy one.
Exactly, and
Also expensive.
expensive. You have to do research. You need to adapt to what they need, and nobody wants to spend, right? It's very
Yeah, so I'm
expensive to build the relation with the customers and to understand the need. But once I think that what I share with founders around the world and with tech startups is that there is a concept that is all they always is misunderstood, which is the long-term value of the client, right? They're thinking, oh, I need a lot of clients, but they're missing out that if that client is happy, right, and you listen to the problem, you listen to the needs, this client will stay with you forever, right? Will stay with you a lot of time, and that a happy clients bring you more happy clients. So
yeah.
now you don't have to spend a lot in customer acquisition. I think that the best marketing strategy that everybody can do out there, whether in the tech space, is this one. Listen to your clients and keep them happy. And this is Amazon, the biggest company in the world, retailer. That was the main goal all the time. Listen to the customer, and that's why they're so huge, right?
That's why they're so huge. Exactly. They keep giving us what we want.
Exactly, because they listen to the clients, but it's expensive. Nobody thought at the beginning how expensive it was, but it was a huge expensive exercise for them. Like, oh, deliver the stuff fast. Oh, give you the return if you don't like it quickly. No question asked. This is a very expensive thing to do. However, it built the relationship with the client to the point that now the clients are long term. So I think that in the tech space there is a missing, and that's why you're so successful, and that's why your company is thriving, because yeah, you do have to develop a piece of technology with IP that is proprietary to you guys, that is unique and obviously serve, but it's designed to serve the needs of your clients, and you constantly listen to them, you constantly improving the technology for what they're telling you, not for what you guys think that is better for them.
Exactly.
That's
Perfectly said.
fantastic.
That sounds so very much like our journey. And so thank you
Glad
for
to hear.
acknowledging
You're
it.
gonna
Thank
do
you
well.
thank you.
You're
Well,
gonna do well.
it'll be wonderful if we do well. And
How about the government? The government is not giving you any funding. They should
so
give you a lot of
if
money. Yeah,
we do well, if we
they
do well, it
spend
means that we
millions
have a
on
whole
this
lot
and
of
they get very little done, right? They should give you something. Are they helping you?
So this is the next phase, is that we are aiming to partner with, in the United States, the Medicare Advantage
They
program.
have to. They
Yes,
have to because they're spending a fortune and they get very little done. Yeah, in my opinion.
and on this point, one of our, I don't know if I call it a competitor, because the space is so massive and the demand is so huge, and everyone needs to be on their A game to support olders to live at home
Mhm.
independently. But there's a competitor of ours who's just recently done some research on over an 18-month period, when they used one service like what we use, like in-home services like us,
Mhm.
they lowered their Medicare costs by 9% per
There you
year.
go. There you
And
go.
they lowered their hospitalization rates by 22%. I mean, that is massive.
Mm.
So we're doing the same kind of work.
Exactly.
And so we know
Competitor
that
is
we
not good.
also,
Competitor is good. Competitor is not bad.
no,
Competitor out there is good because at the end of the day, is the cost, is the consumer who get the biggest benefit, right? Is somebody out there is delivering, and this is something a lot of people see when they find a competitor. Oh, I have a competitor. I the opposite, right?
yeah,
If you have a competitor, the good news. That means that there's demand for what you're doing. You should be happy.
100%,
People are actually
100%.
buying this.
100%. And it's huge. The problem that we're trying to solve is so massive that, please, everyone, it'll also help us serve the olders better. One of the
Mhm.
major problems in this space is fraud.
Follow us for more interviews with world's most influential, audacious entrepreneurs that overcame challenges and adversity, providing you with the blueprint of how they sold their first million so you can grow your business exponentially.